Good morning, children. Now, today हम लोग आज पढ़ेंगे ऑक्सीडेशन ऑफ फैटी एसिड्स एंड कीटोजेनेसिस का नेक्स्ट पार्ट. Today about beta oxidation. So what is beta oxidation? Why is it important to our body? Beta oxidation of fatty acids ये इन्वॉल्व करता है successive cleavage of the fatty acids, and at the end it releases a molecule of acetyl coenzyme A each time. So you will see that in the pathway for the oxidation of fatty acids, two carbons are released at the same time, and they are cleaved off from the large acyl coenzyme A molecule, and this starts at the carboxyl end of the molecule. So because it starts at the carboxyl end, and because the chain is broken between the alpha, that is the second carbon, and the beta, that is the third carbon, that is why this process is known as beta oxidation. The two carbon units that are formed are acetyl coenzyme A. Therefore, if we take the example of a 16 carbon palmitoyl CoA, so at the end of beta oxidation, ये जो है फॉर्म करेगा 8 molecule of acetyl coenzyme A. So this is a bigger picture. So where there you can see that अल्फा और बीटा कार्बन के बीच में ये कार्बोक्सिल एंड है पाल्मिटाइल कोएंजाइम ए का, ये अल्फा और बीटा कार्बन के बीच में ये टूटता है और एक what is left is an acyl coenzyme A minus a 2 carbon acetyl coenzyme A. So हर बार दो कार्बन यूनिट इसमें से बीटा ऑक्सीडेशन से रिमूव होता जाता है. Now the beta oxidation cycle, what is the purpose of this? The purpose is that the beta oxidation generates the molecules of FADH2 and NADH, which goes on into the respiratory chain to generate ATP. Now for beta oxidation, there is a group of enzymes which we collectively call as the fatty acid oxidase, and these fatty acid oxidases जो है ये माइटोकॉन्ड्रियल मैट्रिक्स के अंदर या माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया का इनर मेम्ब्रेन पे just next to the respiratory chain मिलता है. Now these fatty acid oxidases, they catalyze the oxidation of the acyl coenzyme A molecule to acetyl coenzyme A via the beta oxidation pathway. Now this cycle or this system, ये जो है एक cyclic fashion में एक घड़ी की तरफ चलता रहता है जब तक कि एक लॉन्ग चेन फैटी एसिड टूट के 2 कार्बन यूनिट्स नहीं बन जाए. So therefore there is a degradation of the long chain fatty acid to acetyl coenzyme A. So here we have, if you remember, in the last class we had seen how the fatty acids after activation using coenzyme A is able to enter the mitochondrial wall after using the carnitine shuttle. So acyl coenzyme A is successively converted to acetyl CoA. So starting off, we will see that the first step of beta oxidation is the removal of two hydrogen atom from the 2 alpha and 2 beta carbon atoms, and this in reaction is catalyzed by the acyl coenzyme A dehydrogenase, and this requires FAD. Now the result is that there is a formation of a compound or a fat known as delta 2 trans-enoyl CoA and a molecule of FADH2. This FADH2 enters the respiratory chain to generate ATP. Now the next step is that the water is added to saturate the double bond of the delta 2 enoyl coenzyme A molecule, and it forms the compound 3-hydroxyacyl coenzyme A. The enzyme that is used here is delta 2 enoyl coenzyme A hydratase. The 3-hydroxy derivatives then undergoes what is known as dehydrogenation on the third 3-carbon catalyzed by L3-hydroxyacyl coenzyme A dehydrogenase to form 3-ketoacyl coenzyme A compound. यहाँ पे क्या होता है that the NAD is used as the cofactor and or the coenzyme, and NADH plus H plus is produced. Then in the next step, what happens is that ये जो compound है 3-ketoacyl coenzyme A, this gets split at the 2,3 position by an enzyme जिसका नाम है 3-ketoacyl coenzyme A thiolase, or we commonly call it as thiolase enzyme. Now this forms acetyl coenzyme A and a new acyl coenzyme A 2 carbon shorter than the original acyl coenzyme A molecule. So after this last thiolase reaction, what we have is a molecule of acyl coenzyme A which was 2 carbon less than what it started off with, और एक मॉलिक्यूल एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम में बनता है पर साइकिल ऑफ बीटा ऑक्सीडेशन. ये जो एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम ए का मॉलिक्यूल है, ये सिट्रिक एसिड साइकिल या टीसीएस साइकिल में जाके कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड और वाटर बन के निकल जाता है. Therefore, एक इवन नंबर ऑफ कार्बन एटम वाला मॉलिक्यूल जैसे पामीटेट है, ये 7 साइकिल्स में जाके 8 मॉलिक्यूल्स ऑफ एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम ए बनाएगा. तो ये 8 मॉलिक्यूल ऑफ एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम ए ये ऑक्सीडाइज्ड हो जाएगा कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एंड वाटर में टीसीएस साइकिल में. दिस टीसीएस साइकिल is inside the mitochondria, and this leads to the complete oxidation of fatty acids. So here you will see that the reason why ये जो fatty acid है इसको एक्टिवेट करके माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया के अंदर जाने के लिए बोलते हैं, क्योंकि जो रेस्पिरेटरी चेन है where ultimately all the ATPs have to be formed using FADH2 and NADH plus the NADH and the high energy phosphate that is produced in the TCA cycle, they all are channelized to produce ATP. Therefore, just to rewind again, so large quantities of reducing equivalents are formed, that is the FADH2 and NADH, and they are used to produce ATP by the process of oxidative phosphorylation in the respiratory chain. And जैसे आपको हमने बताया, ये palmitate अगर यूज करते हैं तो ये इस साइकिल में साइकिल 2 to साइकिल 5 के बीच में this continuously goes on till एसिटाइल कोएंजाइम A सिर्फ बच जाता है. लास्ट में when 4 carbon atoms are left, तो you have thiolase के बाद 2 molecules of acetyl coenzyme A. Now what happens अगर हम लोग फैटी एसिड odd number of carbon atom के साथ यूज करेंगे तो odd number of carbon atom के साथ यूज करने के लिए the pathway of beta oxidation जो हमने अभी डिस्क्राइब किया वो होगा and it will cycle through till you have an acetyl coenzyme A and के बदले 3 कार्बन प्रोपेनाइल कोएंजाइम A रेसिड्यू बच जाएगा जिसको कि हम लोग 2 और 1 में नहीं तोड़ सकते. तो ये जो प्रोपेनाइल कोएंजाइम A जो बचता है at the end of beta oxidation of an odd number of carbon atom, ये TCA साइकिल में के जाने के लिए it is converted to succinyl coenzyme A and this succinyl coenzyme A enters the TCA cycle to be further broken down. Therefore, ये जो प्रोपेनाइल रेजिड्यू है odd chain fatty acid के मेटाबॉलिज्म से, this is the only part of a fatty acid that is glucogenic. So you have to remember that propenyl CoA is a glucogenic fatty acid. Now, what was the purpose of beta oxidation? ये क्यों जरूरी था? From the beginning, we have studied that gram per gram, fat produces more ATP. So, oxidation of fatty acids by beta oxidation, they produce a large quantity of ATP. So, each cycle of beta oxidation, ये generate करता है एक molecule of FADH2 और एक molecule of NADH. So breakdown of 1 mole of a C16 fatty acid palmitate, as we have already discussed, requires 7 cycles of beta oxidation and ये produce करता है 8 mole of acetyl coenzyme A. Now ये जो 8 moles of acetyl coenzyme A produce करने के लिए इसका जो reducing equivalent जो बना, इसको हम लोग अगर रेस्पिरेटरी चेन में डालेंगे तो इससे 28 moles of ATP are formed and this oxidation of acetyl coenzyme A जो बचता है लास्ट में उसको अगर TCA साइकिल से ले जाएंगे तो इसमें 80 moles of ATP बचता है. This you can see at the table in the bottom. Therefore, the net result is that a 1 mole of palmitate हम लोग को total 108 mole of ATP देता है. But याद कीजिए that in the initial phase of the activation of a fatty acid molecule requires 2 moles of ATP. Therefore, the net ATP formed is 106 moles of ATP per molecule of palmitate after beta oxidation, or 106 into 30.5, that is 3233 kilojoules. Now this represents 33% of the free energy of combustion of palmitic acid. Now you have to remember that beta oxidation is a very important full question, and also you may be asked, please break down a molecule of palmitate. So usually in the questions, they always use the 16 carbon palmitate molecule. So please remember the full steps of beta oxidation. Try to explain each step, and then you have to remember what is the energy produced by FADH2, NADH and TCA cycle. 2 are consumed, and therefore we have 106 moles of ATP formed per cycle of a palmitate beta oxidation. So here you can see that for FADH2 you have 7 in a palmitate, NADH you have 7 in a palmitate, and TCA cycle, the acetyl coenzyme A, they produced 8, and these are the total ATP formed, 108 minus 2 that we see here, and therefore 106 moles of ATP are formed. Now we come to what happens if we have an unsaturated fatty acid. ये कैसे ऑक्सीडाइज्ड होगा, क्योंकि अभी तक तो हम लोगों ने सैचुरेटेड फैटी एसिड को बीटा ऑक्सीडेशन तो किया. So what happens is that the coenzyme A ester of the unsaturated fatty acids, they are degraded or broken down by the enzymes normally responsible for beta oxidation until either we have a compound or a fat known as delta 3 cis acyl coenzyme A or a delta 4 cis acyl coenzyme A compound. So this delta 3 cis or a delta 4 cis depends on कि डबल बॉन्ड का पोजीशन कहां पे है, सेकंड पे है, थर्ड पे है कि फोर्थ पे है. नाउ डेल्टा 3 cis जो acyl coenzyme A is isomerized using the delta 3 cis delta 2 trans enol coenzyme A isomerase. It is isomerized to the corresponding delta 2 trans coenzyme A stage, and this delta 2 trans coenzyme A stage is exactly like the stage that we see in beta oxidation, and then after this there is dehydrogenation, reduced and hydratase. Any delta 4 cis acyl coenzyme में अगर वो बच जाता है, for example in a case of linoleic acid, or if it enters the pathway after conversion by acyl coenzyme A dehydrogenase to delta 2 trans delta 4 cis dienoyl coenzyme A is then metabolized. So we can see that we starting off with linoleic acid, is it activated to form coenzyme A. So 3 cycles of beta oxidation leads to the formation of a delta 3 cis delta 3 6 dienyl coenzyme A. Now this is isomerized to a delta 2 trans delta 6 dienyl coenzyme A, and this corresponds to the delta 2 trans enol coenzyme stage of beta oxidation. So there is one cycle of oxidation, a molecule of acetyl coenzyme A comes out. Then we have delta 2 trans delta 4 cis dienyl coenzyme A. There is reduction here using NADPH. The enzyme is a reductase. Now what happens is that delta 2 trans and delta 4 cis, it is converted to a delta 3 trans enyl coenzyme A, and then again we have an isomerization reaction forming a delta 2 trans enyl coenzyme A. This corresponds exactly to the delta 2 trans enyl coenzyme A जो कि हम लोग बीटा ऑक्सीडेशन में देखते हैं, और इसके बाद 4 cycles of oxidation होता है beta oxidation to form 5 molecules of acetyl coenzyme A. This was the what happens in beta oxidation. So please remember, read it carefully, memorize the diagram, especially of palmitic acid, and then the energy produced. After beta oxidation, we have two minor oxidations of fatty acids. The next one is known as alpha oxidation. You may get a short notes on alpha oxidation or omega oxidation, or you may be asked in the viva. Now, alpha oxidation is a process by which fatty acids are oxidized by removal of a carbon atom, one at a time, from the carboxyl end. So here you see that instead of 2 carbon acetyl coenzyme A being removed, only 1 carbon is removed at a time. Now alpha oxidation does not require activation. और ये जो अल्फा ऑक्सीडेशन है ये ज्यादातर दिखता है द ब्रेन में. So inside the brain, hydroxylation occurs at the alpha carbon atom and then ये ऑक्सीडाइज हो जाता है अल्फा कीटो एसिड. अल्फा कीटो एसिड जब फॉर्म होता है तो इसका डीकार्बोक्सिलेशन होता है by the removal of a molecule of carbon dioxide, and you have a new fatty acid with 1 carbon less. Now inside the brain, this cell, it occurs in the endoplasmic reticulum. अल्फा ऑक्सीडेशन का एनर्जी प्रोड्यूस करने का कोई मकसद नहीं है. दिस इज मेनली यूज्ड इन द अल्फा ऑक्सीडेशन इज मेनली यूज्ड फॉर दोज फैटी एसिड्स जिसके एक एंड में एक मिथाइल ग्रुप रहता है बीटा कार्बन से सटा हुआ. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस मिथाइल ग्रुप एट द बीटा कार्बन, दिस does not allow beta oxidation to proceed. Now, the most common example in our daily diet is phytanic acid, which is a methylated fatty acid. और ये हमारे फूड में जो हम लोग ग्रीन वेजिटेबल्स खाते हैं जिसका क्लोरोफिल है, मिल्क में मिलता है और एनिमल फैट में मिलता है. So, alpha oxidation is a process by which these methylated fatty acids can be broken down and made ready for beta oxidation. In this, we have a very common inborn errors of metabolism, which is known as Refsum's disease. Now, Refsum's disease is a metabolic error due to the lack of the enzyme alpha hydroxylase. Now, because of this lack, क्या होता है कि फाइटैनिक एसिड ये टिश्यूज में एक्यूमुलेट करता है, एंड बिकॉज दे एक्यूमुलेट इन द टिश्यूज द पर्सन हैज सिवियर न्यूरोलॉजिकल सिम्टम्स जैसे कि नर्व डेफनेस. इन द आईज यू हैव रेटिनाइटिस पिगमेंटोसा, ही टर्न्स ब्लाइंड. ही हैज पॉलीन्यूरोपैथी इन ऑल द नर्व्स fibers of his body, and also cerebellar ataxia in which he is unable to walk. Next is omega oxidation. Now omega oxidation is a very small pathway और ये माइक्रोसोम्स के अंदर होता है. For omega oxidation they require the hydroxylase enzyme, and with the help of NADPH reducing equivalents and cytochrome P450. Now omega oxidation will only become important if there is some defect in beta oxidation due to deficiency of any of the enzymes of beta oxidation. And anybody presenting or having omega oxidation will present with what is known as dicarboxylic aciduria. So with this we come to the end of our second part of oxidation of fatty acids. In the next class, we will study about the ketone bodies, the ketogenesis, and why it is important for us to know clinically. So see you in the next class. Please remember, go through your books, study ahead, don't wait for your teachers. We all don't know when the classes will resume and when you will have your exams. Okay, stay safe, stay at home. Bye.